I used to be a slave, kept under the thumb of the master, the bastard that made me hunt down my own kin. How did he do that, you ask? With the living scar you see on my cheek, this horror that takes no more than a song sung by Master Dearest to control my very thoughts. But now the tables have turned. I broke my shackles, and when I finally find him, I will make the Master sing a very different kind of song.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now, no need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Ugh, what a dismal way to wake. In the belly of the beast. Let's see if I can grope my way out. Rubbish. Boring. Rubbish. Bones are so boring. Without flesh, there's no memories to be had. I'll need to get clever with this lock.
indications of a struggle.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes, looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for several days.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Source spells of yours? See what happens. Oh, do go on. I won't hold it against you. My, aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I needn't have collared you at all, though it does look... So let's just leave it on, shall we? Because to answer your question, what this collar does is this. It makes you unable to cast Source. For your own peace of mind.
Good gods. There's been a murder here.
Why won't you sing?
That's enough now.
Never thought you'd end up...
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last pass. You faring okay so far? I'm glad to hear it. You head on in now. Well...
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she...
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale.
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What's happened? That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards. Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The...
By the gods, I need to get off this ship. reload. That means there's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you! There's a ladder right over there.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a Wait. Voidwoken!
Beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
They who are about to triumph.
We make a pretty good team. I hear something. It's...
I've danced with death before, but that was a particularly intimate waltz. I suppose I'm the lone survivor. How jolly. Brachus Rex, ruler to some, tyrant to others, long dead to all.
Just basically getting as much experience now. Something's like that should end in December.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin.
I'm not supposed to talk to elves. Well, elves eat people and their pets. Elves don't know the alphabet.
The child's eyes grow wide.
People ask you to eat them? Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. No one cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. It's nicer out here than inside, anyway. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home. But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. You'll see. I guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. No?
shell. Fucking hell.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
You spot a strange lizard, gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the... The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer. Or a duelist. You lock eyes.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried... Now then, if there's nothing further... If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating...
He sighs.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Judging by the dark pools that are your eyes...
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. Of course, it's rather specific. Quite obviously, I'm musing...
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and the grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proved fine. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh, well, so now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Very well. Onwards, then, to victory or death?
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord.
The game is different, to say the least. It's one of the highest rated games that's ever been made. So I thought I'd give it a go.
As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll...
I'm close to packing it in already.
A black cat. Beauteous creature. Almost as graceful as I am.
Any Verdus.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use.
This can't be serious, Alexander.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. Just the fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help Dallas...
Yes, Your Holiness. What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but its eyes clear.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
Nah, I'm still on it. It's meant to be alright, but I don't know.
It looks like a Tim Pot RuneScape.
That's literally like it's meant to be like one of the best games ever. But
I can imagine it'll get pretty boring on your own.
yeah,
I find any bread. I want no trouble.
I'm tempted to send it back. It's only 15 quid. I might as well just keep it.
Oh, did you buy the actual disc? Did you?
Yeah, it was 25 quid on everywhere else, but I've got it from Amazon. I thought I can return it if it's shit, and I'm very close to returning it.
Can you return it now? I don't know if you can if you opened it.
Yeah, I'll just say it doesn't work.
Have a cud.
It's not like Amazon's going to take it back and go, yeah, it does. It'll just go, alright, yeah.
I will not.
They might.
I'm starving, mind. Are you going on the forest? Yeah, I'll come off this now. I'm just going to go get some food quickly. I've got a new headset as well. Yeah, is my voice quite clear?